Hello family, it's Abdul Dudman, the Ielts King Kong. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to take you through the basic meaning of Ielts, the types of Ielts, which Ielts you should write, and what you can use the Ielts results for. So I've had a lot of questions from a lot of students who are trying to write the Ielts exams, trying to find out which of the type of IELTS or which of the types will benefit them. And then I try to explain as much as possible for them to understand. But it appears day in, day out, I keep getting the same question. And so today, I'm going to take you through what IELTS stands for, the various types of IELTS, which one you should write based on the reason that you have. And so kindly stay tuned, listen to this tuition, and I think it's going to help you. If there's any question afterwards, kindly go to the comment section and type your question, and I'll try as much as possible to respond. Okay, so and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, so whenever we put a video, you'll be able to know, you'll be able to get a notification so you can follow the video. So let's just go to the board and understand the concept underpinning IELTS. So first of all, IELTS is an acronym. The full meaning is international. The I stands for international. The E stands for English. The L stands for language. The T stands for testing. And the S stands for system. So the full meaning is international, English, language, testing, system. So as I said, the full meaning is not important, but it's an English proficiency test. It tells everyone your command over the English language. So basically, we have two different types of IELTS that you can write. Broadly, we have two different types of IELTS that you can write, and I'll let you understand. We have the UKVI IELTS and we have the standard IELTS. So whenever you are going to write an IELTS exams, it's either going to be a UKVI or standard. Now, despite the fact that we have the standard and we have the UKVI, we still have two broader types of IELTS, and which are the standard IELTS and the UKVI, the standard IELTS, yes, and the UKVI IELTS. But regardless of whether the fact that you are going to write the standard IELTS or the UKVI, we still have two other categories or two other types of IELTS, which are the IELTS academic and the IELTS general. So what I want you to understand based on this board is that we have IELTS, and the IELTS can be UKVI IELTS, and it could also be what? The standard IELTS. Now, if I want to make things simple for you, so if you want to write, assuming you want to write the standard IELTS, the standard IELTS is also divided into two. If you take the decision you want to write standard IELTS, I'll tell you what the standard stands for. But if you take the decision you want to write standard IELTS, you still have to choose between two. Either you are writing standard IELTS academic or you are writing standard IELTS general. So if you want to write standard IELTS, you can either go for standard IELTS academic or standard IELTS general. Now, if you decide to write the UKVI IELTS, now by the way, UKVI stands for UK Visas and Immigration. So if you want to write the UKVI IELTS, you also have two options. Either to write the UKVI academic or to write the UKVI general. Or some people say the academic UKVI or the general UKVI. So it means that the divisions are quite the same whether you are writing standard or academic. Because if you are writing standard, you can go for standard academic or standard general. And if you are also writing the UKVI, you can go for UKVI academic or UKVI general. Now, as you can see on the board, there's a blue button by the standard academic, and there's also a blue button by the UKVI academic. And the reason I kept a blue button around the standard academic and the UKVI academic is simple, because both the standard academic and the UKVI academic are the same. So both standard academic and the UKVI are the same in terms of the questions on the exams day. So if I decide to go and write IELTS academic, and I choose the standard academic, and I have a friend who also decides to write IELTS academic, but he chooses the UKVI academic, On the exams day, we are going to have the same questions. Although we are writing different types of the IELTS. I'm writing standard, he is writing UKVI. But because we are both writing the academic, it's the same thing. Now, so you can also see that I have a yellow button on the standard general and another yellow button on the UKVI general. And that seeks to explain that the standard general and the UKVI general are the same. They're also the same. The types of questions, everything is the same, 100% the same. But they are different tests based on their function, which I'll tell you later. So now, regardless of what you want to write, whether you want to write standard academic, whether you want to write standard general, whether you want to write UKVI academic or UKVI general, the components of the IELTS exam is the same. Now, what I mean by the components is that the IELTS is divided into modules or categories or components, and we have 4 of them. We have the reading, we have listening, we have writing, and we have speaking. So IELTS is divided into 4 main components or categories. If you take the decision to write IELTS exams and you go for the exams at the exam center, the examiners are going to test you on 4 things. And here I'm saying IELTS, it means whether it's a standard, academic, general, UKVI academic, general. When you go for the exams, the examiners are going to test you on 4 things. One of those things, or one of the things they are going to test you on, is the reading. So we call it IELTS reading. Then we have listening, we have writing, and we have speaking. Now, generally, the reading is like an English comprehension. Now, if you know English comprehension is when you have a passage and you have questions. So you read the passage and go and answer the questions. Or you look at the questions, go to the passage and search for your answers. So that's how English comprehension looks like. And that is generally how the IELTS reading looks like. But of course, it entails a lot, which we'll talk about in our subsequent class. Now, then we have the listening, as you can see, which is one of the modules of the IELTS exams. And the listening is similar to English orals. For those of you who have had the opportunity to do English orals is when you have an audio playing. Then you have the question paper in front of you. So you listen to the audio and you answer the questions that you have on the question paper. So basically, that's how IELTS listening is. On the exams day, you have an audio playing, you have the question paper in front of you. That's if you are writing the IELTS on paper. Now we have the IELTS on computer and the IELTS on paper. So if you are doing the paper test, you have a question paper in front of you, you listen to the audio and you answer on the question paper. If you are doing the IELTS on computer, you listen to the audio and answer on the computer. We'll talk about them later, don't worry. Now then we have IELTS writing. As the name implies, writing. Writing means you are going to write. So writing means you are going to write. So you have questions and you are going to write. You understand? So that's basically what writing means. Then we have speaking. The speaking is like an interview. IELTS speaking is like an interview. So you go to the exam center on the exams day. Then there's a session between you alone and the examiner. So the examiner will ask you questions and then you answer the examiner. And now based on how you express yourself, the examiner will score you. So IELTS speaking is just like an interview. Now the difference between the IELTS speaking test and an interview is that with IELTS speaking, they ask you basic questions about yourself and your environment. For example, are you working or you are schooling? Do you prefer buying food outside to cooking them yourself? So they ask you basic questions about yourself. Can you tell us briefly about your family? So they ask you basic questions about yourself, and based on how you answer those questions, how you articulate yourself in English language, they'll score you, and that becomes your grade for speaking. So generally, these are the 4 modules of IELTS, and generally or briefly, that's how I can explain them for you to know. Now, but when you take this reading, it entails a lot, which in our subsequent videos, we'll try to explain what the IELTS reading is about into details. Likewise, the listening, writing, and speaking. Now, if you are listening to me or if you are watching me today and you are wondering, now why? You've explained the IELTS that we have UKVI, we have standard. You've explained that now if you want to write the standard, we have standard academic and we have standard general. And if you also want to write the UKVI, we have UKVI Academic and we have UKVI General. Now, what will inform my decision to write maybe Standard Academic, or what will inform my decision to write maybe UKVI Academic? Now, that's what I'm going to explain. Ielts Academic, whether UKVI or Standard Academic. Now, if I say Ielts Academic, you know that we have Standard Academic and we have what? UKVI Academic. And if I say Ielts General, it means we have what? Standard General and we have UKVI General. So if you want to write Ielts Academic, whether Standard or UKVI, there is this thing you have to note. If you want to write General, whether Standard General or UKVI General, there's also another thing you have to note. Now, Ielts Academic, as the name implies, Ielts Academic is used for academic purposes. It's used for academic purposes. So if you want to travel to an English-speaking country and school, for example, you want to attend or you want to enroll in a university in England or in the United States of America or in Canada or in Australia, you want to enroll in a university there. Now, the type of IELTS you are likely to write is the IELTS Academic. If IELTS is a requirement for the admission, if IELTS is a requirement for them to offer you an admission, the type of IELTS they would want you to write is IELTS Academic, because IELTS Academic is used for academic purpose. Now, quite apart from that, IELTS Academic is also used for professional registration. The same IELTS Academic, which is used for academic purposes, or for academic purpose, is also used for professional registration. Now, what I mean by professional registration is if, for example, you are a registered nurse in Ghana, which is a profession, you understand? If you're a registered nurse in Ghana and you want to travel to, say, United Kingdom, you want to travel to, say, United States of America, you want to go to the Republic of Ireland, you want to go and practice there as a nurse, the type of IELTS you are required to write is the IELTS Academic. So IELTS Academic can be used for academic purposes and can also be used for professional registration. I just use nursing as an example. You can use midwifery, you can use medicine, among others. Now, I have said that you can use IELTS Academic for academic purposes. You can use it for professional registration. Now, what would inform you whether to write the Standard Academic or to write the UKVI, because they are both academic? So which one should you write for if you want to write the IELTS Academic? Now, note this. UKVI, as I said, the full meaning is what? UK Visas and Immigration, United Kingdom Visas and Immigration. So as the name implies, UKVI, it means it can only be used or is restricted within the United Kingdom. So whenever you write UKVI Academic, know that there's a restriction generally to the United Kingdom, although certain universities outside the United Kingdom are trying to accept the UKVI. But generally, if you want to write UKVI Academic, be sure that what you want to use it for is within the confines of United Kingdom. So only go for UKVI Academic when you are very sure you want to use it within the UK. Now, if you are trying to write IELTS Academic and your reason for writing the IELTS is to possibly travel to a country outside United Kingdom, then the type of IELTS you should write is the Standard IELTS Academic. The Standard IELTS Academic can be used in United Kingdom and also can be used outside United Kingdom. So the UKVI Academic, the UKVI is limited to UK, but the Standard can be used in UK as well as other countries outside UK. So you can use the Standard Academic in the United Kingdom, you can use Standard Academic in USA, you can use Standard Academic in the Republic of Ireland, you can use Standard Academic in Australia, in a host of other countries. So as I speak to you, I wrote Standard IELTS Academic, and then I'm in United Kingdom practicing as a registered nurse. So I use Standard IELTS Academic in UK, and I use it for professional registration. So if today I want to travel to the United States of America to practice as a registered nurse and my IELTS hasn't expired, IELTS expires after 2 years. Assuming my IELTS hasn't expired, I don't have to write another IELTS again. Because it is standard academic, I can still use it in USA without having to write another one. But assuming what I wrote was the UKV academic, possibly I may have to write the standard academic because what I wrote possibly was the UKVI. So that's just the differences. Now, the same applies to the standard general and the UKVI general. Now, the UKVI general is limited to only UK, but the standard general can be used in UK and also other countries outside UK. Now, what can you use the standard general for? You can use the standard general, or you can use IELTS general. IELTS general can be used for migration purposes. Now, IELTS general can be used for migration purposes. Maybe you want to migrate from Ghana or from Nigeria. You want to travel to the United Kingdom and you want to come there to maybe do a career job, or you want to travel to the United Kingdom for different purposes. Maybe you want to travel to Canada. You want to travel to Canada through the express entry process, or you want to travel to Canada for other migration purposes. You understand? The type of IELTS you are supposed to write is what? The IELTS general. That's the type of IELTS you are supposed to write, the IELTS general. Now, what informs you whether you should write the standard general or the UKVI general is basically the country you want to use it for. If you want to use it in UK, write the UKVI general. But if you want to, or you are trying to see if you can use it in UK and also outside UK, then the one you are supposed to write is the standard general, because the standard can be used in UK and also in other countries outside UK. So these are the basic differences as to what should inform your decision to write academic or general, and whether standard academic or UKVI academic, or whether standard general or UKVI general. Now, the underlying principle is that before you write IELTS, be very sure of what you want to use it for. Be very sure of what you want to use it for, and be very sure that what you want to use it for, they actually require IELTS. And also be sure what you want to use it for, they tell you the type of IELTS they want. Because you can use IELTS academic and IELTS general for the same thing. For example, someone can travel to the United Kingdom and work as a carer with IELTS academic. Someone can also travel to the United Kingdom and work as a carer with IELTS general. So although they have their differences, but they also have a similarity. So be very sure about what you want to use it for, and be very sure about the type of IELTS they want you to write. But generally, these are the types of IELTS we have and what you can use it for. So generally, these are the type of IELTS you can write and what you can use it for. So make sure you listen to the explanations very well and heed to whatever I'm saying. If you have any issues or you still have questions, kindly ask in the comment section and I'll read through and try as much as possible to answer all your questions. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you follow all our videos for better tuition as we take each of the components and try to dissect them for you. Try to explain them, try to explain the tricks and solve questions together and help you pass the exams at the comfort of your homes. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye.